Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Jamie, that's me here. Listen, I want to talk just a little piece. I want to have a little quick chat, just a little piece, right? Talking about a few things. And the first thing that I want to get into is what is Jamie watching? Right? What exactly is Jamie over here watching? And I should have did this a long time ago with Reasonable Doubt, but a lot of the other shows that I'm watching are kind of new. You know what I'm saying? They just hit. So we'll talk about that. But right now, Reasonable Doubt is pretty good. They just got renewed for season 4. I have been enjoying the season for the most part. I love a good who done it, right? But then also at the same time, with this one, I think they started out really great because you really couldn't figure out. Usually when I'm watching a show, it's very predictable for me. But I had an idea in the beginning of who I think it was, but it kept giving twists and turns this season on who it could be. And now I feel like as we go into the final episode next week, I think I have a good idea on who did it. Because I was thinking it was them a long time ago. But then again, you just don't know, child. You don't know, okay? But all in all, the season has been good. With the season 4, I know they're not going to change the formula because the formula is what has gotten them to secure another season, which is amazing in my personal, considering the fact that so many black shows have been canceled, right? And the fact that this one is still on, I love it. A few changes I would like to see is a case wrap up in about 2 to 3 episodes, right? So we could get on to the next case in a 2 to 3 episodes. Um, and maybe give them 10 episodes to make all of this possible. As we're closing up one episode, let's start another one, right? So maybe on that third episode, as that one is coming to a close, something else didn't happen. I don't know. Y'all leave y'all thoughts about it. If they kept it the same, I will still rock with it and I will continue to watch it because I like it for the most part. And I love the actress that plays Jax. Absolutely love her. Never seen her before. And I love seeing new actors do such a great job that I'm not familiar with. And she's doing such a great job. So shout out to her. And she may have been around for a long time. So no disrespect to her. I just didn't see her prior to this show. So I'm glad to see her on this show. Another change that I will make to this show is her leaving that weak ass law firm that she's a part of and starting her own company and potentially taking that man that's her assistant with her on to another one. I feel like after she snapped off on them, this the last time, and I would leave. I'm like, after she had to get them together, talk about how hard she worked, and you trying to pass it off to somebody else, giving somebody else a layup on my hard work, you got me messed up. And I'm like, girl, after this case wraps, I need you to quit this show. I'm sorry, not the show, but the firm. I need you to quit this firm, go start your own firm, and take this man with you and potentially making him a partner after a certain period and he wins a case or two within that certain period of time. But take him with you. That's what I think, right? So y'all leave y'all thoughts on that one, but I'm enjoying Reasonable Doubt. Another show that has fallen into my lap that I'm kind of getting jiggy with is All's Fair. All right. And I want to pull up all of the actors because I know some and then not all. All right. I want to just get the actor's name because, of course, you got Tiana Taylor that is a part of it. You have Kim Kardashian that is a part of it. You have my girl Sarah Paulson, who is amazing. That's a part of it. You have Niecy Nash. That's a part of it. You have Glenn Close. Okay, who is a part of it. Let me tell y'all, this right here is cutesy bootsy, ootsy wootsy. I kind of like it. I've been seeing mixed reviews on this one too, but I like, y'all know, I be all over there in the legal field type. I like shows like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, but it's just how my brain is. Like, I like stuff like that. And I love that they left this male chauvinistic farm and started their own thing, but y'all was wrong for leaving Carrington behind, child. Y'all was wrong for doing Carrie like that. When I say y'all Carrie been hitting them her ass. Carrie been over there showing out, and she's played by Sarah Paulson, and I think Sarah Paulson is doing a great job. Now, when I do see a little bit of dynamic between Tiana Taylor and Kim Kardashian, I think that the acting could be a little bit better. But at the same time, I'm not going to come down on them about that because I feel like, and keep in mind, I've seen Tiana act way better than she's acted with this particular show. And, different directors bring out different things in people. But I also feel like more experience, the better you get. So I'm not even opposed to it. Some people felt like Kim Kardashian is playing herself high key. Her name is Alora on the show. And child, in the first 2 episodes, it get real messy, hun. It get real messy, child. But I am over there tuned the hell in. Now, there is another show that also has dropped that I kind of fell into after I was watching Married at First Sight. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I kind of fell asleep on Married at First Sight and woke up to this playing in my ear. And when this was playing in my ear, I said, wait a minute. I said, girl, what is it? Huh? What is this? Okay, so it is all her fault. This is a show over there on Peacock that's not bad. But let me tell y'all something. With the gradient y'all used on this show, the paleness y'all used, and the white folks y'all went and chose, y'all went and found the whitest, the whites, the whitest, the whites that y'all could find to do this. I said, damn, can we get a splash of color? I know it's supposed to be, dramatic, but you ain't got to take all the hues out of this. Can you bring a little piece back? Can we get a little bit of gamma? Like, can you but just give us a little bit of saturation, just a little piece? But aside from that, child, this is a messy film because it's the husband and wife giving y'all. I'm gonna try to get y'all an overview. Y'all gonna have to watch it. But a husband and wife ended up hiring this nanny or whatever child, thinking the nanny is legit or whatever. And I believe the nanny ended up like taking their child or something like that. And they trying to find out where the baby is at. Okay. And I think that the husband got something to do with it. And I don't like how the husband operate with the wife. And I don't know, but I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna start from the beginning because again, I woke up like in the middle of one of the episodes, and I'm like, what is this? So I'm gonna start over from the beginning to catch all the details. But something about it tells me that husband is a little shaky. It's a little something about that husband that I do not like. Okay. And I feel like he overperforming with the fact that his son is missing. And I probably won't be surprised if he has something to do with it, honey. But that's just what I think right there on the front side. But we shall see as I dive deeper into it. Okay. Another thing. Welcome to Dairy. Now, my son and my best friend put me on this one. And I said, you know what? Let me go check this out. Honey, Glue was ready for episode 3. Child, it ain't dropping until Sunday. Girl, hurry up. I'm trying to see what's going on because Welcome to Dairy is about, of course, it, right? But it's like what happened before it became it and what led him down that path. But I'll be honest, y'all, it do hurt my heart just a little piece when the kids get killed because it's like, why the kids got to get chewed the hell up? Why the kids got to sit up here and get clapped? Right? But it's very interesting to watch this show because I'm trying to figure out what is the connection to the black military individual and what is it going to be? What is his connection going to be to that black girl's dad? Right? Who was the last person to see, I forgot his name. Well, I can't think of his name, but it technically, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think it is it. Girl, you just gotta watch it. But she was the last person to see like the little boy. And I'm just trying to find out, and they're trying to pin some murders on her dad. And I'm trying to figure out what is his connection gonna end up being to the black guy that was in the military. Okay, who seems to be a very, very skilled man, a very skilled man. All right. So I'm gonna keep watching. So I'm looking forward to that dropping. And it's not as scary, right? It was kind of scary, but like Welcome to Dairy isn't as scary because you kind of I don't know. It just don't scare me that much. Like I already know what's gonna happen. Like, it ain't really much of a jump scare for real, but it's cool. It's cool. Um yeah, so those are the shows that I'm watching at this time. Y'all let me know if you've checked out any of these shows, how you're feeling about them. Let me know and give me the ratings on what you would give for the shows because when I tell y'all right now, All This Fair just dropped and they dropped a few episodes. And just in like the first 2 or 3 episodes, people are already rating it low as hell. Like I think their IMDb rating is like a 2.9 at this time. Like, girl, it's like not even a 5. It's very low. And I don't know if people doing that because they don't like Kim Kardashian, if it's something else. I'm not sure. Now, one thing I kind of don't like about All This Fair, I don't like the character of Niecy Nash. It's giving strong black woman, single mama, angry black woman all in the midst of it where she went and had these children by way of surrogate and it ended up being 3 boys. And I don't know. I don't know. There's something about how they portray the black household, even though she's an educated, smart woman. It's something about it. Y'all watch it. Let me know your thoughts about it. But the way Tiana, or shall I say Milan, okay, the way Milan gagged the shit out of Alora, girl, I can't. What the fuck going? Yeah, I'm gonna tune in just a little piece more, and y'all already know if it ain't good, I will tap out and stop watching. But leave your thoughts down below on that. Another show that I'm not tuned into as of yet, but it is coming. And shout out to our Love Islanders, okay, because Beyond the Villa is coming. But I'm a little concerned because I feel like we didn't ask for this at the same time. We didn't ask for it. I thought we was gonna get another season of the old cast from season 6, but I will say they don't have enough drama on the show to really carry it because everybody is cool and they're in pretty good relationships, right? Now, one of the situations of drama that they could have brought back for a new season would have been Jhene versus Kenny, with them breaking up, him being caught in text messages saying some racist things, and him being called out all over social media, losing opportunities and everything. So, I mean, maybe they could have dived on that, but I think it's good that they didn't because ain't no telling how that would affect other people or make others look. I don't know. But I also feel like since Janae has now left that situation, there's no need for her to go back and rehash the BS of Kenny and all. So let's not do it for the show. But they decided to give us some of season 7, and this is a large cast. And with this cast being so large, it's going to be interesting to see how this play out. Now, they have about 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 people. I personally think that it was 15 people originally, and they cut the list down. And in my personal, and I'm going to say it because I know some people go get offended, and I don't really care how you feel. I think Huda could have been a part of this. And I had somebody, when I wrote this under the comments, they said, well, I think they said they didn't believe that Huda was supposed to be a part of it. They also followed it up with and besides that, Huda has the largest fan base, yada yada yada. It's like, what the hell does that mean? Because she has the largest fan base out of this crew, she shouldn't be doing Love is Blind because she has a name outside of herself. Hello, so does Leah from last season, season 6, who still has more, and I think she even got more than what Huda has. So she went on to do the show. Why would Huda not go on to do this show and make money? I think they probably had her a part of this cast because the Netflix deal is over with now. I think she could have been a part of this cast, and after learning what they learned, right? Because who finna really turn down a check? She probably would come on that show and then also give an opportunity to her new man, and then we will follow her relationship with Amaya. And she may have a decent relationship with Bella. Like all of these ladies, I don't think she has a issue with, or knows that they got an issue with her, and that would have been shown on the show potentially. But I think Huda could have been a part of this show because ain't no way y'all was just for the cast 14 people, right? And if it wasn't her, who was the other person that y'all snatched away? In my personal, right? So I think she was supposed to be a part of this, and then after the racist things came out and leaked out about her, they decided to snatch the plug from up under her, just like Huda Beauty did, as well as I believe Gymshark also did, right? It has nothing to do with, oh, she has the largest following despite anything. Who? Okay, and so did Leah, and Leah still did the show. So did Leah, right? And maybe it's a good thing for Huda that she not on this show because it wouldn't have made her look no better for real. They would have continued to air you out, and you would have been the topic of conversation yet again, as you were this past summer. So mentally, it may not have been the best thing for you, right? Some people don't even care to see Amaya because of how Amaya strongly aligned herself to Huda, and then after all of this happened, Amaya want to be like, what? Right? But I will say, watching Amaya and Brian might be a piece of juicy. Understanding that they did have a breakup with each other, right? Watching Pepe and all his blonde hairs be a part of this season, that might be fairly interesting because what happened with you and Iris? Iris, did you go back to TJ? Or are y'all just good friends? I don't know why the hell they got Grace in there. I don't know why Grace, I'm not even going to hold y'all. Maybe they felt bad and wanted to bring her on. But, I mean, y'all could have picked somebody else outside of that. And somebody was like, well, a lot of these people are bombshells anyway. They're not even the main cast because the main cast don't want to do this. I'm sure Nick not finna do it and jeopardize that he got going on, right? He's not finna go back into the Lions Den. Olandria, damn sure not finna do it the way that y'all ridicule and be on her ass about stuff. Shelly and Ace already scrapped that when he pretty much sat up there and called out production. Shelly gonna follow the wave of Ace. And the way that y'all labeled her a mean girl, why would she come back on this show to position herself to be the mean girl yet again? Make it make sense. I'm with Shelly now. Like those 4 is not finna do this show. Not finna do it at all. Now, who else did you have? Huda. I think Huda probably would have did it. Huda definitely would have did it if she could have given an opportunity for her new man to be on the show. Hell yeah. The way that girl sits on live all the time on his platform, you don't think that Huda would have got back in front of the faces of the people? Yeah, because again, still in Huda's head, she believes that she was the overall victim in all of this. Right? So she definitely would have came back to the show. for sure. But of course, the main cast members of this show are not interested in doing this show. That's why you got a lot of damn bombshells. Be clear about that. But that's what's happening. I mean, of course, some of the main cast members like Taylor, Jeremiah, they're returning to the show. You have Taylor returning with his girl Clark, who people are alleging is pregnant, but I don't know. Okay, because maybe her stomach was a little, it was giving food, baby. Maybe she was a little bloated. Sometimes we be bloated. Sometimes we don't be pregnant. We just be a little piece of bloated. That's all. Okay, stop putting that on us all the time. So you're getting those two individuals, and then you're getting Bella. But I'm not understanding Bella's reasoning for being back either. And it's funny that they dropped Huda, but then they brought Miss Coco back. I'm not really opposed to Coco. Coco did say some disrespectful things when she was on a podcast about Olandria. However, maybe she learned her lesson. I don't know. But with Coco being on the show, Coco and Clark have some type of familiar relationship because they came in together. So maybe they still got a friendship, but at least we got, another black girl up there. Right. So I guess we'll tune in and see what it's about. But y'all love Islanders. Let me know how you feeling about Beyond the Villa with this cast. All right. That's all I got on that. The next thing I want us to get into is Jhene and Big Sean. Jhene and Big Sean have been on and off with each other for years. They did a joint album together called 2088. They were supposed to do a follow-up album. Not really sure what happened. I think them having a child, baby Noah, I think that could have set back their plans. Not to mention, I believe at the top of this year, Jhene lost her house due to the fires that took place in California. So I'm sure that also set them back. Okay. So she just suffered a major situation in her life, right? A major situation in her life. And I think on top of being a new mother all over again, I think that could play a role as to why the album did not work out, and it could play a role to them not working out potentially. Now, neither of them have confirmed that they're no longer together, but the blogs have been putting out the fact that they're no longer together. They've been saying that Big Sean has been caught out there with some chick, and he had to come to the front and say, listen, I don't know this damn girl. And what I didn't like was him saying, unfortunately. He says, unfortunately, I don't know her. I say, unfortunately, so that means you want to know her? But I think he was really trying to say, unfortunately for y'all. I know y'all want to put that on me, but unfortunately for y'all, I don't know this chick. So whatever narratives you're spinning, you can't spin that on behalf of me, boo. Right? So that is something that Big Sean had to say. And in addition to that, people start coming out the woodworks talking all kind of stuff about Jhene. Once upon a time, Jhene was married. And what they're saying is that Jhene cheated on her partner with Big Sean. Now, I remember her being married years ago, but I never heard the rumors of her cheating on her partner with Big Sean. All right. But we're going to get into it because someone did put a post up, right? And with this post, this is what this person had to say. Okay. Let me get this up for you guys, right? So this person goes on to say this about Jhene. She says, or he says, this person says, Big Sean and Jhene Aiko have broken up after 10 years, and the women have been angry at Sean for wasting Jhene's time without marrying her. But here's what those same women are ignoring. Jhene was once married to one music producer, Dot the Genius. Here's where it gets interesting. She cheated on her husband with Big Sean. She even got a tattoo of Big Sean while still married. Then went on to publicly kiss him on stage. All this while still married. The poor guy eventually decided to call it quits. The embarrassment was too much, and Jhene was now free to date her handsome rap superstar boyfriend, Big Sean. But Big Sean never popped the question because he understands the game. Lesson: when a woman cheats another man to be with you, she'll cheat on you too. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Never marry a cheater. Now let's keep in mind, we don't even know for sure that Jhene even cheated on this guy. We don't know that for sure if she did. I couldn't say, I don't know. Did she cheat on him? Or were they separated legally and then she went on to have this relationship? I'm not sure, but I will say that Big Sean did come to the front and have some things to say. And this is what Sean had to say. He says, on some real SHI, I don't have this he says, I don't like this energy. I don't mind whoever's saying wild SHI about me because I have a sense of humor and I don't give a fuck. It's frustrating having people say negative things towards her though. God bless, right? So as much as y'all may think that they've broken up, they have not confirmed that they've broken up, and they never have. I feel like they haven't even confirmed that they was together before, you know. So I don't know. I feel like it's a forever on and off, and just because if they are broken up now doesn't mean they won't get back together a year or two from now again. So I don't know. But one thing he did do was respond to that, kind of like just saying like, hey, y'all need to chill out, like stop saying negative things about her. She didn't even do nothing. The breakup could be all his fault versus anything that she's done. So I don't know. I don't know what got Jhene in such a stronghold for Sean. I don't know. It seems like once upon a time they really connected with each other on a much deeper level beyond love. But I also wonder if Jhene ever really wanted to be married again. Maybe so. And then maybe not so based on how that last relationship ended. Not necessarily sure. Okay. But I just wonder, did she know that Big Sean was never crazy about marriage? And, I would think that Big Sean is open to marriage, but I wonder what happened. Because remember, he was engaged to Naya Rivera once upon a time. God rest her soul. They got engaged and then they broke up. He created that song, I Don't F With You, for whatever reason. And we've never seen him propose to nobody else since. Right? But I tell you one thing I don't want to see if they are broken up. I know people were trying to attach him to one woman. I better not see him with Ariana Grande. Those are two in the like him and her, hell no. Hell no. I mean, she might be married now, I think. But child, please. Child, I don't know what Big Sean be doing out here to these ladies. Cause I feel like he's going back and forth between Jhene and Ariana as well. But who knows? They share a child together, so who knows? They might get back together if they are actually broken up. But there's more because Jhene came out with her own statement. And this is what Jhene actually had to say. So Jhene pretty much says, okay, let's wrap this up, honey. Janae is like, y'all been doing a whole lot of talking about me, child, and I just would much rather tell my own story. So can we just wrap this up, please? Okay. So she also goes on to say more. So what Janae says is, me and Dot eloped in Vegas, right? So keep in mind, this comment was made under a particular post. So when Big Sean pretty much addressed the situation about people speaking negatively on her and her not liking it, it was a lot of things that was said in the comments. Of course, that person was talking about her past marriage. And that's why she came out to say what she needed to say here. And she says, let's wrap this up. Right? She says, me and Dot eloped in Vegas after a few months of dating while I was still grieving the death of my brother. Dot did not abuse me, and he's not a bad guy. We had a short back and forth on Twitter that created rumors, but ultimately separated amicably due to the realization we were practically strangers who made an impulsive decision. Me and Sean got together after years of an amazing friendship and now have an incredible, brilliant baby, beautiful baby boy who is turning 3 today. Oh, happy birthday, little Noah. So then she says, happy birthday to our baby boy, Noah, to whom Sean is a great, loving, and present father to and is loved by the greatest village a mother could ask for. Love and God bless you all. She says, I pray you divert your energy of gossip into praying for and offering support to your neighbors, your family, Palestine, Sudan, Congo, and all of the children and families around the world who are in need of love, support, housing, and food. Be safe. And then she responds or corrects something and she says, loved by the greatest village, but we already knew exactly what it was that she was saying. All right. So that's that. And see, that's what I remember. Like, I'm like, I don't remember her cheating on her husband to get with Sean. I remember her getting married, them not being together anymore. I thought it was some time lapse. And shoot, I think I even thought that she went back to Orion, her baby daddy. But it was never Sean that came up in my head. Because I remember thinking about this like a few years ago. I'm like, I was trying to figure that out. But anyway, if she said they got together years later, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? So I thought she went back to Orion. Y'all over there talking about something. She went to doggone Sean. I don't know, but they both came out and they spoke out. Now they're not confirming whether or not they're no longer together or not. But the fact that they're not addressed and the fact that they're not together kind of makes me think that no, they're not together anymore. Not at this particular time. So I definitely send love and light to everybody, wishing them the best. Hopefully they can figure this situation out because to me, Big Sean and Jhene are a couple that I don't believe will ever be done with each other. I don't know what it is, but I don't think they'll ever be done with each other, especially now that they have a child. So y'all leave your thoughts and comments down below. Next up, I want to get into the AI situation we talked about the other day. And with this AI situation, it was involving this AI character, Zanaya Monet. And the young lady, Tiffany, not Tiffany, I believe her nickname is Nikki, but she went on to Gayle King's show, talked about it and everything, and how she created this character through an AI app and stuff. And people have been having some things that they want to say about it. Like, first of all, Miss Miss K Michelle is not featuring it, and not only is K Michelle not featuring it, you also have young baby Tate, who's a singer rapper, who also is not featuring this. I personally think that more artists should speak out against this. I had someone in my comments the other day when we talked about it, and they were like, "Well, Jamie, why is it okay for Timbaland and some other producers to use AI, and it's not okay for these people?" Well, when I hear that, right, one, I'm not in support of AI, right? However, I do feel like it's different for producers, and that's my personal. Because if they're using it to assist with like making beats and stuff like that, to me, it's no different than a software that they would use to aid in the development of beats and creating sound and producing sound and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's cool. But when you get to vocals, for me, that's where the problem is. I just don't think that is fair to the actual artist. I feel like it may infringe on their voices a bit. And at some point, they're going to be trying to trademark and copyright their voices, which is probably going to end up being a problem for some of the people that like to do a lot of these interlude records or whatever the case is. But also, talking to my husband about it, he was like, "Oh, that would be difficult," because he thinks that they'll then have to probably go up against their labels and stuff. So I don't know, because I don't even know how the labels are going to try to implement or utilize these AI vocals. But I just feel like if I was a singer, no, BITCH, you don't get to create an AI character that mimics me. So on this same conversation, I saw comments where people were saying that, yeah, I use this same app, and I also have I have vocals that sound like Mario and Usher. That's a problem. Like, I couldn't be a singer, made all this money, did what I did, and you over here getting to use an ounce of my voice, and you get to make money off this? No, we don't even be want people to get credit for the work we do in the office. Like, why would I want you to get credit for the work that I do, like on my vocals? Like, make it make sense, right? But I do want us to get into a story, not a story, but just a little snippet of what the ladies have to say. So let us hop over here and get into it. Let's check it out.
I can send it. You know what? I don't need nobody to write me no songs right now. I got so much built up tension, AI people using my tones of my voice and all of that. Now I got to go find a lawyer. All type of stuff going on. Last thing I really need is somebody to write me a song. I'm a writer. I can send it. You know what?
So this is a part of what K Michelle had to say. Just a little snippet, just a little bit of, I'm not featuring it. I don't support it. I'm not rocking with it at all. Give me my free, leave me alone. Okay. So she's over the whole AI portion. But now I want you guys to hear what it is that young baby Tate has to say.
King said, but you can't sing. I just saw this Zanaya Monet Gayle King interview, and I have words and thoughts. First of all, girl, what the fuck? At the very least, you couldn't have somebody make a beat. You couldn't have somebody produce something for you. You just typing in a prompt and you letting AI make the whole fucking song for you. Oh, word. But you're doing all the work, right? You're not doing any work. Oh my God. The girl can't even sing. You could at the very least, like the bare minimum, you could at least put your non-singing vocal into an AI processor and then like change the tone. But you can't even do that. You just type some fucking words. All you doing is typing. Oh my God. This is what music is to y'all? Typing? Then people are like, oh, well, obviously people like it because it's on Billboard. You want to know why it hit Billboard? Because one thing about curiosity is always going to murder that puss, okay? People are like, oh my God, did you guys hear about this AI artist? And they're like, what? No, let me go check it out. Then they won't check it out. Then they tell somebody else to check it out. And somebody else checks it out. Then multiple people are checking it out. All y'all doing is giving this bullshit ass shit some streams. You know the aunties and the grandmas can't even fathom the concept of AI for real. they just listening to these bullshit ass songs about black trauma at that. Like, oh, you pissing me off. You pissing me off actually bad.
All right. So that's some of what young baby Tate had to say about the situation. And I agree. Now, I feel like if you put your vocals in AI to enhance the tone, to me, I don't have no issue with that as long as you sounded like yourself. And I say that because of autotune, right? I feel like it's still like a software like autotune where you can do that. But when you over here just, it ain't even your vocals, you just taking whatever generated vocals AI has and they don't tell you where they took them vocals from, and you just typing in words. At some point, I don't know, in the future, as more people try to adopt what that young lady has done and it start to go viral, I think the music industry, a lot of the artists probably gonna rise up, child. It's gonna be a problem, and some of y'all might end up getting some lawsuits. I ain't no telling, because you know how when you ask Chat GPT some things and you copy it word for word and you put it in a document and you may send it off to somebody, they can copy all of that and put it in another software to identify whether you actually wrote it or if it came from Chat GPT, right? So at some point, I would think the same thing could happen with vocals, where you could take those vocals from that AI system, put it into a software, and identify how did they come up with this sound. And if they took different artists' vocals to blend and make a sound for you, to me, I feel like that's a problem. And at some point, it's going to become a legal issue. But I don't know a whole lot, girl. I just know a little piece from my little perspective, okay, in my personal. But y'all can leave your thoughts and comments down below about everything we talked about, all right? I'm Jamie, that's me. Be sure to like up the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus.